Hi, today we are going to do a 3-in-1 craft project. We're going to do coasters and ornaments and gift tags. The items you would need to start this are sheets of craft paper. This is white craft paper from Michael's. I think they sell it elsewhere too, and you can usually get it on sale if you have a coupon or whatever. They come in a pack of 100 sheets maybe. You would need something like this. This is a 3.5-inch hole punch. However, you don't necessarily need that. You could cut them by hand. I'm not very good at cutting by hand. But so a hole punch, and I just want to show you, if you wanted to cut something, an image in particular, you would do it from the bottom so that you could see exactly what you wanted. Otherwise, you're just cutting holes. You need this, which is a, one of those little hole punches you've had probably since you were in school, and some sort of stick craft glue. This is Elmer's, but I think other companies sell it too. This one happens to be purple, and it turns clear when it dries. Also, if you decide to do a square coaster, this will come in handy. This is made by Fiskars. It's got a little razor in there, and you can measure out 3.5. 3.5 inches is actually the best size for a coaster. Now, for every coaster you want to make and every ornament, you would cut out 6 circles because you need to have some thickness to it. For a gift tag, you'd probably only cut out 3 because it doesn't have to be as thick. So it would be however many you're going to use. Like if you're making a set of 8 coasters, it would be 8 times 6. And you would cut or pop those out with one of these. And I also went and I had some Christmas craft papers, and I just cut out a variety of, just to show you, it's a variety of, oops, that's the white one, of different patterns. But you can also do it with Christmas cards. Like we all get rid of Christmas cards at the end of the year. Some you like more than others, and you could always make, if not coasters, you could make ornaments because then they become keepsakes. And you can also make square ones, which we're not going to address today, but this was from I love this Christmas card, so I had to make one from it because I have cats. I have kitties. But yeah, you would still do the 6 square ones though for the underside. So the first thing we're going to do is, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to start with the coasters first. You have to make sure you get all the way out to the edge with your glue. I'm doing it on a piece of paper so I don't get glue all stuck all over my table. So you go all the way to the edge because that's especially important. And then you lay one on top. Oh, it's not cooperating. Anyway, you lay one on top. Tap it so you get the edges together because they don't always want to get where they belong, and then smooth it down. You're going to continue to do that until all 6 are mounted. They don't have to be perfect. I mean, it's nice if they are, but they're paper, so once you use them you could use them several times, like bar coasters. You could use them several times, but then after a while, they're going to get wet. It's always nice. It's nice to have like a little theme, maybe, depending on what your decorations are. You could make your coasters to match. Okay, now that I have my back of my coasters done, the inside of my coasters done, I like to choose a front and a back. you don't actually have to do a front and back that are different, or even do any back at all, but I like to do that. So I wanted it like this. This would be one side, and that would be the other. And again, it's just a matter of breaking out your glue. And this is something too for the kids to do with you, because yeah, it's not messy once you've cut everything out. It's not, there's no sharp objects involved. So yeah, you put it on, and you would make them, like you could make as many that you had paper for. You could make, 8, 10, 12, depends on what you're doing. And like I said, make sure you get the edges because they have to stay down. Oops, let's move that a little. And you have a minute to move it around too, because it is. And then you press it down. And there you go. You could have a whole pile, sitting there ready when your guests come, of handmade coasters. Or you can even give them as a gift. Now, the difference between that and ornaments is that you're going to get your 6 pieces of, you can even make ornaments smaller. I have littler, I have littler sizes of these, and I've made some smaller ornaments too for my tree, but this is what we have right now. So you want to punch a hole where you, like maybe a 1/2 inch from the side, because you're going to have a ribbon go through. So then you have to match the hole on each one. Okay. As close as you can get. It's just the most important thing is that the outside ones are after a while it gets a little thick, and you might have to take the paper off. It does get a little thick for this thing to go through, so go through, punch it. You're going to stack them the same way I did the coaster and glue them and make sure the holes are all matching. Before I forget, let's say this is going to be your ornament. Make sure that you have that punched as well. And if you're using a different back for it, then make sure you have that punched too. And add your back. It could be whatever you want. It could be just white, but usually try to get something that goes together in some fashion. I did make white ones, though, that had a lot of glitter on them, so they were the same front and back. And match up your hole as best as you can, because sometimes it gets a little crooked, but it doesn't matter as long as the ribbon goes through it. Now the other thing you can do with these, I don't happen to have any paint with me right now, but if you have like glitter paint, white glitter paint, put it on a paper plate, and then you can roll the edges through the glitter paint before you put the ribbon on, and let it dry. Probably hang it with a paper clip or something. You don't want the ribbon getting all glued up. You let it dry, and then you put a ribbon on. Okay, I like to do it like this. I take it like right around here, and I knot it like this. Oops. Make a little bow. Well, first, actually, it's easier if you go through it first, through your So you go through the hole, like that, and tie a bow up here. Or you could do it the opposite way and put the bow down here. But it blocks some of the picture. And there you go. We have a little ornament for a tree. You're going to do the same for the gift tag, but 3 is probably enough. I never make it thicker than that on the back. And you can do the same thing where you use something like that on the front, or you can take your card, which is also good for ornaments, and we're going to pick out an area that I really like. I'm going to pull that back so I can see it better. I'm going to slide this in, and see, this is cute with the little mailbox and the fence in front of the house. I think I'll do that because I can still use this part over here on a smaller ornament. So I'm going to pop this out. See, we now have the hole there, and we're going to match this up. Put our hole in it, and then you're going to glue them all together the same way as you did the others. Okay, I have glued it all together, and on the back you could try and make a little fancy. I'm not a calligrapher, and like to and from, and you would write person's name on it, and just get a piece of this is a real thin twine. Tie a bow. Into a double knot so it doesn't come apart. And then you also have more string to tie to your package. And the other thing is, if you make, let's say you make the ornaments, I made one. Yeah, here we go. But you use a card instead. And possibly you'd have to see if you could do it, but you might be able to cut out the signature and put that on the back of your ornament instead of a different card, different piece of cardstock. And it could be a keepsake then, because maybe it's somebody who means a lot to you or who is no longer with you. And you could have the card that they sent with their little signature attached at the back. And that's it. It's not a real, not a real difficult one. So it is good for the kids. And also, you can also, when I was saying about rolling in the paint, you could roll in white glitter paint or gold paint and get it, an edging around this. You don't want to do that with the coasters, because if you do that, you could have them, they could be sitting unevenly on your surfaces. Okay. See you next time.